It's Hello again, everybody. You are watching the Vegas Voice Seniors Vote. I'm Dan Roberts, the publisher of the magazine, and our goal is to introduce you to everybody running for public office. It's not our goal to promote somebody. It's not our goal to throw them under the bus. It's our goal so that you get to decide whether that person is worth your vote. We have a very special guest today, has a unique story, and that is Assemblyman Jason Patchett, Assembly District 19. There we go. Jason, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I look forward to our conversation.
As an assemblyman, but you're not running for re-election, you're running for election. How did that come about?
Great, yeah. A unique situation for sure. On November 4th, 2025, so just a couple months ago, I was appointed to fill a vacancy that came about in District 19.
Mm-hmm.
They had called a special session, and due to the vacancy, they had to fill the vacancy. And so I was appointed, and soon thereafter, within probably a week, I showed up for a special session in Carson City and got right into the
nitty-gritty.
Yeah, it was great. Great experience. But what led me to that, I guess, appointment is kind of a story that is very traumatic.
Yeah, it is.
Very personal and involves issues that are very close to my heart. So in 2022, my 13-year-old son was on his way home from hanging out at a friend's house. He was on the sidewalk in front of his school, and he was hit and killed by a reckless driver that was going close to 100 miles an hour.
Oh my goodness, Shannon.
And he lost control on the sidewalk and struck and killed my son, which was devastating for our family, to say the least.
Right. Word, yeah.
And so as soon as the criminal justice process concluded and the defendant, his case was closed, I and my family decided to reach out to the legislature to see if we could change the laws in regards to reckless driving, the penalties for reckless driving. At the time, when that case that involved my son was going through the process, the penalties were relatively low.
Which one?
It was a 1 to 6, so a minimum 1 year to 6 years in prison, but all of it could be probationable.
Okay.
So we were told by the district attorney at the time handling the case, listen, this defendant will likely walk out of the courtroom with you on the sentencing hearings because they can suspend the whole sentence. I mean, they won't do any real time. And that didn't sit well with me and with all the issues that are going on in the Valley currently, just the traffic safety issues and problems that plague our community. I thought, we got to do something, right? We can't sit back and not hold people accountable for atrocious crimes such as what was happening in this situation involving my son, where the behavior was egregious. So I did the first thing I thought to do. I reached out to my representatives at the state legislature in my district, which is obviously District 19.
Right.
And at that time, it was Assemblyman Toby Urick and Senator Jeff Stone.
Okay.
And I just sent both of them an email asking to meet with them and discuss an issue that was really personal, right? And so I met with them, and it was I think it was Christmas week, I believe, or the end of the month in December, that I met with both of these gentlemen, and the session was starting that next February. So, I mean, we were late in the process.
Yes, you were, yeah.
And I said, if you have a bill available,
right,
would you be willing to carry this particular bill to increase penalties for reckless driving? And Jeff Stone said, absolutely. And so he had one bill left. And we luckily, were able to secure that bill. And he, along with Senator Assemblyman Urick, were able to champion that bill through the legislature. My family and I involved, we did what we can do from the grassroots, the community level. We went up and testified. And that bill went through the state legislative process, which involved multiple hearings.
Oh, yeah.
It's no easy process. All kinds of, just the chaos that's involved in making law. We were part of that very intimately and successfully passed what is now called reckless law after my son. And we had no opposition to the bill. And so that effort is likely, and I believe 100% why I'm sitting here today, right? It was an effort that we engaged in as a family to help other people so they didn't have to feel like we felt. Unfortunately, too many families are faced with the tragedy that we terror experienced on a daily here, it seems like in our county specifically. And so we sought to try to mitigate that to the best ability we can. And Rex's Law was an effort to do that. And so we went about, we concluded that process. We got the bill signed. The governor came and did ceremonial signing. It was an incredible opportunity and experience. But I went my way, and the Senator Jeff Stone went his way, and Assemblyman Urick went his way. And 2 years went by, and then the opportunity presented itself to me. That I was obviously contacted and said, "Hey, what do you think about this? You have some experience with the state legislative process. Would you be willing to kind of be a legislator?"
It's one thing to be on one side of the table asking you, assemblyman and the senator, listen, this is what I have. But now you're on the other side. Did you find that different doing something like that?
As far as being obviously my experience up to the point of my appointment was as a citizen,
As a constituent,
as a constituent, pushing in it, something that I really believed in, which is traffic safety and holding criminals accountable for atrocious crimes. Now, as an assemblyman on the other side of the coin, it's a different experience, right? And so it gives me a complete picture of how the process works.
Right.
So I understand, how it feels to be a constituent who wants certain objectives to be accomplished, but then also how to accomplish those on the legislative process, which involves, obviously working with both sides of the aisle, but it also involves working with both houses, right? You got the Senate side and the Assembly side, and there's that dynamic and that play that's obviously in play, and you've got to navigate that. And so it's been an incredible. So my experience at the special session, which was about a week long.
Yeah, it was only a week. Yeah,
right?
It was quick.
It's limited, but it gave me a better view of the whole process, right? And so it was exhilarating. It was a tremendous opportunity to go and do that and serve the constituents of Assembly District 19.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I really gained an appreciation for just serving my community. And that's what I'm seeking to do today, right? Is to serve in any way I can serve. Use the skill sets that I have and the opportunities that I've been given to help other people. That's what Rex's Law was all about.
Right.
My son was someone that really looked out to his friend, and he looked out to other people, and he was serving other people. And I want to carry that same passion, that same drive to serve others, because that's what it's about. It's what community is about. And this opportunity to run for election, to retain the seat, so to speak, is an effort to do that, to serve others.
I find it fascinating that you were a constituent and now you're the assemblyman. Now people come to you and ask you for help. What do you think would be the main goals? You get elected, you're now in there. What are you looking to accomplish?
What I'm looking to accomplish is what the constituents want to accomplish, right? My story is a story of a constituent that had no experience with the legislative process and did the only thing they can think of to do was go online and look up who their representative was, find their email, and reach out and say, here's the issue that I'm dealing with. Can you help me? Provide you with some guidance, some direction. I need someone to champion a cause for me. And so first and foremost, I think that the constituents drive the agenda, right? What is it that the constituents of District 19 desire? What do they need? What do they need help with, right? How can I facilitate that? Because at the end of the day, that's why an assembly member or someone in the Senate is someone that facilitates and solves problems for their constituents, right? For the community that they serve. And so that's the goal for me. Now, on top of that, I have a platform where, I'm a big proponent and advocate of traffic safety, public safety in general, right? Mm-hmm. I believe in law and order. I think that we have an opportunity to strengthen our justice system, right? By holding criminals accountable and having real consequences for crimes that are egregious, right? All while at the same time, fully supporting law enforcement in their duties and allowing the whole process to be maximized. And so whatever efforts and legislative policies and procedures we can enact that will further those goals would be tremendous. And that's a huge issue for me personally. And then on top of that, I mean, we have healthcare access is a big issue too. Just providing that access, providing, opportunities for doctors to practice here in Nevada. I want to stay here, right? That's a big issue is retaining good physicians. And so whatever procedures and policies you can put in place, legislative policies that would encourage good physicians and in Nevada is great. And it's going to serve constituents, not just in District 19, but all over the state, right? Healthcare access to quality healthcare at affordable rates is a huge issue as well.
Well, how about this? I mean, we are out of time in the few moments that we have left. Jason, if people want more information about you, they want to know about your position, they want to know campaign, if they want to help you campaign or they want to donate, how do they get a hold of you?
So I have a website. It's Jason Patchett jasonpatchett.com. So my last name is spelled Patchett. And happy to, I have an email address as well. It's jason@jasonpatchett.com. And so they can find out more information about me there. And send me an email. I definitely will respond to that. That's how I got involved in this process. Through a simple email asking for help. And so I take that opportunity not lightly, right? If someone sends me an email, I understand what it's like to be on the other side of that email. So I will definitely respond to those emails and look forward to serving and hopefully can gain the trust of the constituents in Assembly District 19 and serve as much as I can and much as they're willing to let me.
As a real public servant. There you go.
Absolutely.
I thank you so much for being here. Hopefully we'll get you back on. And this is Dan Roberts for Seniors Vote saying we'll see you next time. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you very much.